Oh, you're here. You're hurt. Here.
How was he today? Your leading man?
Oh, gentle heart,
How did
please.
it feel? Did it feel real?
It's my job. Sorry, we didn't agree to that. That wasn't in the script.
Oh!
Please, I didn't agree to this.
Etymologically, the word woman was known workman, a combination of with, meaning woman, and man. It's notable that it was thought necessary to join with, a natural noun representing a female person, to man, a masculine noun representing either a male or female person, to form a word denoting a female person exclusively. In the dictionary, the word woman is immediately associated with a man's property. In this woman's mystification process, men have played the main role. Since the Roman Empire, the woman is put aside, segregated in her home. Accused of not being able to fully comprehend the laws, she was always considered inferior. For the Greeks, the situation doesn't improve, indeed. Centuries pass, 1600, and indeed women's rights are still unspoken. It seems that the women's status doesn't want to improve. It's necessary to get to 1700 to begin to glimpse the path that leads to the following century. Mary Wollstonecraft and Olympe de Gouges outline the basis of what one day would be called feminism.
For the record, feminism, by definition, is the belief that men and women should have equal rights and opportunities. It is the theory of the political, economic, and social equality of the sexes.
Those bases, then once solidified, will give birth in 1800 to women's organization and mobilization to obtain the right to vote. Always in this century, however, if on one end there were women willingly deciding to gain universal suffrage, on the other hand men were preparing the next move to put women back in their place of silence by creating the cult of true womanhood that will continue until 900. Once universal suffrage was achieved all over the world, or almost, the 20th century symbolizes women's revenge and their fight for another cause, the freedom to choose for their person and for their lives. In this study, which aims to investigate the presence of women in society and politics in literature from the classical period to the end of the 20th century, firstly, will it be necessary to define the limits within this debate should take place. That is, it will follow a specific timeline and focus on women in the Western world. It's not possible to talk about women's literature in reference to original works in a context in which women weren't considered or educated, nor think of analyzing in the same way texts too far away, because there's no real authority. It requires to limit the study to only the most important works produced in the past century, and especially since they are the only ones that can get closer, more or less, to what is defined as gender studies. It requires some focus to study some examples of international and not authors of the 20th century to reveal how being a woman, in the meaning of being inferior to men, has influenced the artistic and ideological component of their entire existence and production. The first step to make is related to woman's role in the family, dealing with a historical reference to her social position. Once the first piece is placed, it will be clearer to understand her discomfort, and then move on the second step, the woman engaging in their own cause of assertion. In the Western world, a woman's life has become better over the centuries, thanks to laws that protect their needs and their rights. It's only in the 20th century, and more precisely in the last 20 years, the female voice begins to raise the issue of equal opportunities, and the woman awakens her identity and becomes the subject of history on a par with men. As the years pass, the woman is emancipated. She overcame tough battles, the rights of equality, and with the entry into the labor market, managed to get economic autonomy that in the past she didn't have. But if know what is the role of women within the family and society has profoundly changed, we must not forget all those pieces that put together the woman of yesterday with the one of today. The result of this study aims to highlight the progressive affirmation of women's autonomy, gathering some insight in different fields of human knowledge. We must never stop fighting for equality between sexes, races, sexual orientations and beliefs. We must never stop denouncing all those who abuse the weak and defenseless human beings. We have to look forward with the consciousness of the past and with the commitment of women and men to destroy these barriers that still in the 21st century we try to break down.
If not me, who? If not now, when?